Hennythemoor, reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing today, man? So, hey, we got some news going on. Dallas Cowboys brought in a draft prospect for a workout Tuesday. They also re-signed a key figure along their defensive line, so we're gonna get right into it, man. But before I get too ahead of myself as I usually do, please go ahead on your way into the liquor store. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you have not already joined the channel. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. Right now, we're at about 643, 644. So, I appreciate all the love and support that y'all been showing so far. But, we're trying to get the channel to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that plateau, we'll be able to monetize the channel, reinvest back into it, and, we'll just grow even further from there, man. Also, you do realize we are going through the draft next month. Anything that you donate will be used for that purpose, and you can donate to $ Hennythemoor at Cash App if you have it on your heart to do so. With that said, man, we're gonna jump right into it. So first things first, congratulations to Jonathan Hankins. The Dallas Cowboys did enumerate him. They brought him back on a 1-year deal worth around $1.5 million. So Hankins, who was a key cog in our run defense last season, he will be a Dallas Cowboys next year. Hey, Regina Green, what's up with you? I appreciate you for tapping in with me. Matter of fact, I didn't even put my banner up on nothing. I'm tripping. Since the liquor store is open, let me get some Modelo Negro to celebrate Big Hank. Hey, facts, man. Facts. Hey, and we give discounts in here. All you gotta do is slap an Eagles fan. And you slap an Eagles fan on your way in, man. You get it's half price on everything in the store. So yeah, man. So they went ahead and gave Big Bank Hank a contract. They gave him $1.5 million. And this is my honest opinion about Jonathan Hankins. I think that he was very good for us last year. I know he did not individually grade out well. I showed you the Pro Football Focus grades or whatever. But what you cannot deny is when he was on the field, the Dallas Cowboys run defense was almost an entire yard better with him out there. So him just being out there made you better. You'll be able to bring him back in. It did not cost you a lot of money to retain him. So it is a win all the way around. And when you think about it, he is a guy that has a lot of experience. He has been in the league for a long time. Yeah, consider it done. Like I said, man, anybody who slaps the shit out of an Eagles fan will get half off in the liquor store. Like everything is half off. Just slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, and we are good. You see them already. Hey, I'm gonna talk about this a little bit later on in the show. You see them boys up here trying to copy the upside down Dallas hats. They got them a raggedy Philly version now. So yeah, man, like them boys out of pocket. They deserve to get slapped for that level of dick riding. They're gonna stole the whole damn design, try to run off with it. Like we don't know what's going on. Yeah, Philly out of pocket. But yeah, I like Jonathan Hankins. Now listen, I also said I felt like that was a position that we could have upgraded over. Hey, what's up with you, Joshua Fisher? Appreciate you tapping in with me. I listen. No offense to him. I did think it was a position we could have upgraded over. I would have preferred the Dallas Cowboys pursuing somebody like Calais Campbell. I would have preferred them pursuing somebody like Shelby Harris. I would have preferred them pursuing somebody like Ashawn Robinson. But beggars cannot be choosers. We have a very, pathetic run defense, just to be honest with you. Deshaun Taylor, what's up with you, man? I appreciate you for tapping in with me over here, man. So yeah, we have a very pathetic run defense. So, any help that we get along the interior defensive line is welcome. Jonathan Hankins already proved that he could play in this system. He already proved that we are better with him, especially in the run game. He said, yeah, me too. I want to Campbell. Yeah, Hey, what's up with you, baby? I see you tapping in with me. Everybody show some love to my wife tapping into the chat. I would have taken Calais Campbell, but my standard was Big Hank or better. Yeah, and listen, that is one of the reasons why I'm not too upset about it. I thought we could upgrade over Jonathan Hankins, but I also know for a fact that we could have got worse than Jonathan Hankins. We could have went the opposite way in terms of an interior run defender. We seen, some of these other veterans, defensive tackles we brought in that couldn't do anything for us. You remember we brought in Gerald McCoy, and he got injured before the season even started, and he could not contribute at all. We saw Terry Poe. We brought him in. He did nothing. He got released halfway through the season. So, I'm old enough to remember that. Do I got a Facebook page? Yes. On Facebook, if you want to go follow my Facebook page, just type in Hennythemoor. It's Hennythemoor on Facebook. I'm going to type it into the chat box, and you can follow that page. I don't really have a lot of likes on that page just yet, but it's still growing. As the YouTube page grows, hopefully the Facebook page grows. But yeah, so we definitely could have got worse than Jonathan Hankins. I did feel like we could have, easily upgraded that position. I really do still feel like Shelby Harris. Hey, appreciate that, Joshua. I appreciate the support, my boy. Yeah, I definitely feel like there are still guys available that would have been a better option. I think Shelby Harris would have been better. I think A'Shawn Robinson would have been better. But, we got him. He's under contract. And he was cheap. Right? He's only gonna make like $1.5 million. No telling how much of that is actually gonna be against the cap or is guaranteed. So I can live with it. So we seen that Quinn Bohannon has not progressed in the manner that you want him to progress yet. Right, you seen that he hasn't reached that next level in his development as a 6th round pick. We seen that Neville Gallimore is not a presence of the run game. We know that although Osa is a very good 3-tech, he struggles at 1. He is not a great, run stopping defensive tackle. So adding Hankins gives you some beef, and you can still upgrade that position in the draft. Like guys like Mozzie Smith might end up falling into the 2nd round, even though he's projected to be a 1st round pick. Right, there are a bunch of very talented defensive tackles in this draft. So you can add, bringing Hankins back for the veteran presence, and then coupling it with the guy we already have and another young defensive tackle. I would be a-okay, with that tandem. So enough. About Jonathan Hankins. Salute the Big Bang Hank for getting paid. But let's talk about something that's a little bit more exciting, right? We talk about fresh blood. We just talked about a veteran. So, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys looking at, one of these young rookie wide receivers that they are intrigued by. So, it has been reported that one Nathaniel Tank Dale worked out for the Dallas Cowboys on Tuesday. I know that we went ahead and we added Brandon Cooks into the mix. I know that we haven't really seen anything from Jalen Tolbert. We have a pretty full wide receiving room, right? But if we're going in the direction of wide receiver, I have no problem with them drafting Tank Dale. And Tank Dale is a guy that might even fall all the way down to the 3rd round. But make no mistakes about it. Tank Dale is a baller. Now, Landlord is very high on him. I got my own personal picks, but I do like Tank Dale. And just to give you a little bit of idea of what kind of player he is, we're gonna look at the numbers. This is what we do over here at the liquor store. It's all about numbers and production. So let me show y'all what the numbers say. I'm gonna get that pulled up and we're gonna talk about it. And so what to expect from Tank Dale. And this is just about raw production. Boom. Here we go. For the share the screen. And we're up and running. All right, so Tank Dale. Small, but very explosive. Very deceiving. Look at that production. 109 catches last year. He had 109 catches, 1,398 yards, 17 touchdowns, and averaged 12.8 yards a catch. Now, if that's not good production, I do not know what is. That's production. Now, he gets knocks for his size. He gets knocks for weighing in on only 165 pounds. He really even got knocked for only running a 4.49 at the combine. But if you look at the tape, if you look at what he did on the field, if you look at raw production, he's fast enough. He's actually really explosive. And he's not a flash in the pan player. If you look down here at 2021, he had 90 catches, 1,329 yards, averaged 14.8 yards a catch, and he had 12 touchdowns that season. So in the last 2 years, Tank Dell, really, let's be precise, he had 29 passing touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, I mean. Right? He has over 2,700 yards in receiving. Almost had 200 catches. If that's not production, I don't know what is, man. So, sometimes people overcomplicate things, right? Because we're talking about him being somebody that's going to fall into the third round. Sometimes people overcomplicate things. But if you're just going off of raw production, you're going off of what your eyes tell you on the tape with him being great in and out of breaks, him being wide open, creating separation, right? If you just look at that, hey, C. Burleson, what's up with you, man? He said, just got me some bourbon from the liquor store. Hey, remember, if you slap the shit out of Eagles fan, it will be half off of everything in the liquor store. Facts. There's big facts, man. You slap the shit out of Eagles fan, man. Not only will we give you half off, we will give you a bottle for free. But yeah, man, I like it. Hey, Neil Favre, what's up with you? I appreciate you tapping in with me. So yes, like Tank Dell is one of the most productive guys in this year's draft. He is, and I'm glad that the Dallas Cowboys are doing their due diligence and bringing him in. He said they stopped drinking, but I'll slap one. Go ahead, get that pep hand strong. We gotta slap the shit out the Eagles. They deserve nothing less. They out here jocking Big Brother. They want to be like they big brothers. They want to have a upside down logo hat. Yeah, you gotta do them dirty. But we're just looking at Tank Dell. Like Tank Dell is somebody you definitely need to have, in Dallas. And I know people are still high on Jalen Tolbert. I am too. I still think Jalen Tolbert can play football. I still think that he'll have a resurgent career in this new West Coast offense. But a prospect like Tank Dell, you just can't pass him up. Matter of fact, I was supposed to be saving some of this stuff for Saturday, but I'm gonna go ahead and just look at all the Tank Dell stuff because I'm really intrigued by this one player. So we're gonna take a look at his draft profile and everything. So let's just jump into it. Let's just take a look. All right. As you see here, ran a 4.49 at the combine. 5'8", 165 pounds. So odds are Tank is going to probably be a slot at the next level, even though he had the ability to line up all over the field. All right. Passer rating when targeted, 126.8, so outstanding. Projection mid-second round, so you might even be there in the second if you want to go out there and get him. They got him rated out as a very good deep threat. Got him rated out as a great intermediate receiver. Pretty good short receiver. Of course, at under 200 pounds, he's not a good blocker. Hands a little bit questionable. He did have a couple of drops. But let's talk about it. Let's look at this scouting report. Hugely productive receiver. They used a very big word to get it across. led the nation over the past 2 years with over 2,700 yards and 29 touchdowns. Right, so they got in the scouting report. My basic math was good. We broke those numbers down before we even got over here. So very productive. 29 touchdowns, 2,700 yards. Like he's that dude. Matter of fact, he led the nation. I didn't even know he was going that hard. So he led everybody in the NCAA in touchdowns and receiving yards the last 2 years. So he's a dog. Dale accelerates quickly and possesses excellent straight line speed. He shows solid ball tracking skills and body control downfield, able to adjust to the off-target throw. A crisp, precise route runner who never rounds the corners. And that is very important when we're talking about a guy that's going to be playing inside of the West Coast offensive system, because it's all about timing and spacing. Right. I touched on it a little bit yesterday when we did the show, talking about the adjustments that Mike McCarthy would make to the offense. So, the depth of the drop back inside the West Coast offense is generally tied to, the timing of the route. So on a 3-step drop, the moment your back foot hits the third step, like the first your first read is supposed to be coming open into his window. So him being a very good route runner, him not ad-libbing, him being a crisp route runner, getting to the spot that he needs to get to, he would certainly fit what we want to do inside of the West Coast offense. And a player like Dak Prescott would definitely love him. You don't have to chunk the ball to him 100 yards down the field. So he's a beast version of Turpin. Well, this is the thing. Like Turpin actually has like 4.2 speed. Like he does not have the same speed as Turpin, but he is an overall better player than Turpin is. He's an overall better player than Turpin is. Dale and Downs got the best feet, so smooth on their routes. I like the Downs board too. Right, so like Downs, I don't see Downs escaping the first round. So if you really wanted to improve your offensive line, you would have to make the sacrifice and miss on Downs. But you want to add a receiver, tanking the second or the third makes perfect sense based on the production. We're going to show you film Saturday, but based on the production, play style, intangible scouting report, he will be a perfect fit, inside of Dallas' offense. But let's continue. While primarily a slot receiver, told you, he has displayed the capability to operate on the outside, has elite lateral movement, has the ability to get sideline to sideline in a flash, has a knack for getting open, and is a quarterback's best friend. Passers just need to toss the ball in his area and he'll somehow come down with it. He is a natural playmaker at his best with the ball in his hands. They'll also prove to be a force in the catch and run situations. And remember, West Coast offense is going to be a lot of quick, short passes to get the ball into the hands of his playmakers. So, him being able to get that yak, him being able to be explosive without having to go a long way down the field is perfect. Because, those are the kind of players that you want. The quicker and faster they are, the better that they will fit in the West Coast offense. Because, you need players that can do a lot with a little. There's not going to be a lot of 7-step drops in here for you to throw a ton of post routes, a ton of go balls, even though there will be some implemented in. Like I said, majority of these are going to be 3-step and 5-step drops. So an agile runner who transitions upfield quickly after the catch, Dale has the speed to pick up chunks of yardage in the open field. Keeps his feet active and eyes up to dodge traffic quickly and easily. Has excellent straight line speed to be a breakaway threat at any level. will initiate contact and runs through high tackle attempts, but isn't overall a powerful player. And you could imagine that, right? He's only 5'8", under 200 pounds. He ain't going to be super physical, but he is a great route runner. He is explosive. He has everything you looking for. Hey, Double R, what's up with you, man? I appreciate you for tapping in with me over here at the liquor store. Remember, everybody that's new and just now coming in, if you slap the shit out of Eagles fan, you get half off in the store. Half off all bottles in the store if you slap the shit out the Eagles fan. Matter of fact, if you slap one of those ugly Philly reverse hats that they trying to print up off their head, you get a free bottle of Hennessy. So like Tank Dell is a very interesting prospect. And because, he is able to line up in the slot and he does have enough game speed to also line up on the outside as well. Adding him means you would add 3 wide receivers into the mix that can play at all of the positions. CeeDee Lamb can play all the positions. Brandon Cooks can play all the positions. Tank Dell can play all the positions. And theoretically, I know we haven't seen a lot from him just yet, but theoretically, Tolbert, should be able to play all of them. He said that he took snaps and learned at all of them already, but I think like the option routes, really limited the time he could get onto the field. But it's a very intriguing, thing to add Tank Dell to this offense. When you're progressing to this quarterback-friendly offense, very easy for the receivers to pick up. So I like it. He really fits the bill for what we're looking for. And something is telling me it may not be a first-round pick, but we're going to use one of our top 100 picks on a wide receiver. I feel like we're going to use one of our top 100 picks on a wide receiver. Because if we're building forward and we're trying to get more explosive, you lost Dalton Schultz. I know a lot of y'all weren't high on him, but he was your second leading receiver last year in terms of yardage, and he's out of there. So defense been getting a lot of guys, like they were able to keep Donovan Wilson while Dalton Schultz left. So I think Mike McCarthy is going to get him a playmaker to operate this in the draft. I sort of see the writing on the wall. Philly fans, didn't they slide back to insignificance? Of course, they were never significant. They're the least. Hey, listen, they are the least accomplished team in the division. Like they are little sisters. You don't even really get you can't really even slap the shit out your little sister. You just got to tell your mama on them. So Philadelphia is out here going out sad. It ain't nothing new. So what do y'all think about Tank Dell, man? What do y'all think about him? I know that we're just looking at raw numbers. We're just looking at scouting reports. What y'all think about him? Oh, I'm almost did this service. I even read the negatives on the report. So when we always do these breakdowns, we are going to be fair. I read off every single positive thing they had to say about him. I can't stop, before I list the weaknesses that they claim that he have. All right. So here it goes. Main concern scouts will have with Dell is his limited size. He's just 5'9" and 163 pounds, and he looks frail. If he can hold up playing against much bigger defensive backs is a question mark. When corners play press and manage to get hold of Dell, he can be taken out of the game and easily out-muscled. Has predictably got short arms and overall wingspan, resulting in his catch radius being tiny. He'll be coming to the NFL from a wide open spread offense in which Dell ran a limited route tree. Doesn't have the size to consistently win on the outside, but can be productive working the middle of the field and as a return man. They are comparing him to Tavon Austin. So I'm gonna say this: size is not everything. Size is not everything. For one, two, if he is going to play primarily in the slot, and we're going to be running this, particular style of West Coast offense, there will be a lot of chances for him to get free releases. So him not being able to win consistently against the press right now is not a big concern for me. But it is a fair question. It is a fair argument. When you're that small, can you manage getting bullied by a 6'1", 6'2" cornerback? Hell, we got a 6'4" cornerback on our team, right? So it's a fair question. He said size is not everything. Yeah, it's not everything. But like I said, we're just reading the scouting report. I like Tank Dell, especially in the slot. Right, like I said, you might not want to move him, to the outside too often, even though I think he can still make plays there occasionally. Like having Tank Dell in the slot and CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks on the outside, and like I said, you can throw the curveball, and all three of them guys can actually play slot receiver. So I think it gives you a large variety of different receiver combinations and sets that you can put out there by adding Tank Dell into the mix. So I still would draft him. And it's not like you're drafting him in the first round anyway. Like Tank Dell in the first is a different conversation than Tank Dell in the second or Tank Dell in the third. Like first round wide receivers I would take is probably Zay Flowers, JSN. Definitely would take Downs. But we're not talking about them. We'll talk about the boy Tank Dell. But I would draft Tank. I definitely would draft Tank. So what are y'all thoughts, man? Let's see. Please draft Xavier Hutchinson. We could have easily afforded Bobby Wagner. He only signed for a 1-year, $7 million deal. The Dallas Cowboys at the time had around $13 million in free cap space, and they will also receive another $10 million from the Ezekiel Elliott contract, after June the 1st. So, yes, we had plenty of money to get a contract done with Bobby Wagner. The Dallas Cowboys just chose not to sign him, right? Because, listen, even after Bobby Wagner got signed, we made like 2 or 3 other moves, right? Like we just signed Jonathan Hankins today. So they got money. They got plenty of money. And if they are able to get a long-term deal done with Tony Pollard and they rescind that franchise tag, they will save even more money. So the money is not an issue. They have all the money in the world. There are several things that they can still do to generate cap space to make the team better. I'm just showing love to HTM. Not much college ball here. Don't know the players that well. Can't say much to participate. It's all love, man. It's all good. I appreciate you stopping by. Kevin Calloway, what's good with you, my brother? I appreciate you coming over and showing love to the liquor store, man. And hey, Kevin, if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, I know you didn't there coming in, but you slapped the shit out of an Eagles fan, we're doing half off of all items in the liquor store. So help yourself, find your Eagles fan, have fun, come over here, get your discount. So why didn't we sign him? The reason the Dallas Cowboys, in my opinion, did not sign Bobby Wagner is because they value Leighton Vander Esch. I do not. It's obvious that Bobby Wagner is an upgrade over Leighton Vander Esch. But the Dallas Cowboys' philosophy is they like their guys. They signed Leighton Vander Esch for the next 2 years for next to nothing. So, I think that they're comfortable with Leighton Vander Esch, over Bobby Wagner. I can't believe I'm saying that, but, that's what they're comfortable doing. He said, I'm going to smack 3 of them jokers. Hey, man, you had to get a free bottle for that one, my boy. So, yeah, man. So, and listen, we know how they get down. They say they like their guys. I think they're very high on Damone Clark. I'm also high on Damone Clark. You know, when you look at the Harper boy, I think they're high on him. I think both those guys are going to play now, especially with the departure of Anthony Barr. So I think that they're going to rock out with those linebackers, and because Dan Quinn plays a large amount of big nickel, where J. Ron Curse, you know, is the one with the green dot. You know, I'm pretty sure, you know, that they're going to get out there. Depth is vital. So, you know, I also expect them to draft another linebacker. You know, we've shown that we were very interested in Overshown from Texas. I think he's a very solid pickup. But, you know, I think they're trying to get younger, man. I think they're trying to get younger and cheaper across the board. So I don't necessarily agree with it. You know, Bobby Wagner made an all-pro team just last year, had over 140 tackles, had 6 sacks, had interceptions. Like, he did everything last year. Like, he is still, you know, a top 3 linebacker in the National Football League, in my opinion, just based off production. Like, he's one of the better linebackers in the league. But, you know, like, they went a different direction. He signed with the Seahawks. It is what it is at this point. So, you know, hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them in the ass. But, you know, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Plus, I'm gonna wait to East Side so I can go LA Fitness on him. Hey, y'all be in there dragging East Side though, man. It'd be funny though. There, my boy. What's up with you, East Side? How you living, my boy? Well, East Side just took out the game. If you're not on the Cowboys staff in a few years, I'm going to be disappointed. Your insight is impeccable. I appreciate that, my boy. I do, but I really would rather stay independent. Because when you're independent, you do not have anybody, you know, telling you what you cannot say about certain prospects. Right, you got to give the company spiel. I would much rather stay independent, grow the channel. Like, hey, right now, y'all don't know ones that pay me. Like, hey, I work for y'all. Basically, like I said, this channel is ran by y'all views, y'all clicks, and y'all donations. So, you know, this is y'all who I work for. So, shit, I'm gonna come give y'all the real spiel, and it is what it is. I appreciate you, Big Tex. God bless you. But yeah, no. So I don't think that they did the right thing by not bringing in Bobby Wagner. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Tavis Banks said he high. NLC said bye, Shirley. Hey, what's up with you, NLC? I see you in the chat with me, my boy. So, hey, we're going to do a quick little poll with everybody in here that's watching. Based on the information that I gave you about Tank Dell. He said something about his mom's. Okay, I understand that. Hey, Kevin Calloway, I appreciate you for the $5 donation. Thank you for the love and support, my boy. But yeah, man, so quick show of hands in the chat. What do you think about Tank Dell? Would you draft him? Put a 1 in there, you would draft him. Put a 2 in there if you want a different wide receiver. Now, Keystone, I heard that you like the Hutchinson boy. I'm gonna take a look at him in a second after we do this quick little poll. Said 1 for a yes. So Kevin said yeah, he would. Double R, what you think? Would you draft him based on what I showed you? I know that you're not, too familiar with him, but just with the information that you have on him from me, would you draft him or not? He said, I trust your judgment. Hey, shout out to Regina Green for the $5 donation. I appreciate you for the love and support. Big Tech said 1, so yes. So that's 2 yeses. MFZ, what's up with you, man? I want your input on this, man. We're gonna rock with a 1 or a 2. Baby said she don't know. It's all good. Double R said 1. Regina said 1. Yeah, I like him. Neil said 1. So yeah, I like Tank Dell, man. I wouldn't be upset if we didn't get him. And as he said, a very key thing. He said depends on the round. I am okay with drafting Tank Dell in any round outside of the first round. I will draft him in any round outside of the first round, especially with how far back we are making our picks. Mr. Kima said too. He said he don't want any parts of Tank Dell. Okay, I respect that. So, Mr. Kima, who is a wide receiver that you like? I know that Keystone likes the Hutchinson boy. Who is a wide receiver you like, Mr. Kima? Talk to me. You know what we do over here. You know we can all agree to disagree on different things, but we also want your input about it. We want you who, where, when, why, all that other stuff, and we want alternatives. So it's just like when we ask you, would you ask your woman what you want to eat? That's a long process. She said, so it goes from it don't matter to I don't know to you choose, but never once do they give, okay, he said Flowers. Okay, I like Zay Flowers. I like Zay Flowers. Big play Zay is hard, but he is a first round wide receiver. So he is not going to fall to the second or the third, but I definitely would take Zay Flowers if he falls to number 26. Number 26. If Jordan Addison is there, you need to take him. If Zay Flowers is there, you need to take him. So those are like the two wide receivers I can really see falling to the Dallas Cowboys at 26. Jordan Addison didn't run the combine. A lot of people thought he would run, but I'm taking production and game film over the combine. So I still would draft Jordan Addison, and Zay Flowers is a playmaker. Like he tested out well enough. He had the production to back it up as well. I like big plays. And listen, we will go even further in depth on wide receivers on Saturday. We haven't found the time yet, but me and my boy Landlord from Alabama will be doing our weekly draft show. We talked about running backs last week and who we liked. This week we're going to be focusing on the wide receivers, and we're going to be looking at guys from all over. We're going to be looking at first round wide receivers, second round, third round, fourth, all the way down to they might be undrafted free agents, but they got some upside to them. Or he would have been a third round pick, but he punched his baby mom in the face. We're gonna go through all those different things when we get on the show. We're gonna talk about all these different prospects. So tune in, tap in. We will be doing that. But yeah, I like it. But listen, hey, just give you another sneak peek, man. We're gonna look at Xavier. We're gonna look at Xavier Hutchinson real quick. Since my boy Keystone like it. Keystone like him, he got to be pretty decent. And this is another guy who will not be. Hold on. This is another guy who will not be a first round pick. All right, 6'1", ran a 4.53. Senior, 203 pounds. But let's look at the production. Like I said, 40 times only mean something when you're running 9 routes. He is a projected third round pick. Okay. They got him at the 12th ranked player in his position. Played 37 games. Took 1,932 snaps in college. Okay. And if you see here on the side, these are the other wide receivers that are ranked out. These are the top ones. These are the top 10 wide receivers in the draft, according to the quote-unquote experts. Let's take a look at the boy's strengths. He has the size, the length, and the strength to defeat press jams. Can make the spectacular catch. A decent open field runner with some agility and the ability to break tackles. Has long arms to stiff arm defensive backs in the open field. Willing to lower his pads to run through tackles for extra yardage. Goes over the middle, can spin out of tackles and take the big hit. Does an excellent job tracking the deep ball in the air, has good positional sense, and is aware of other players on the field. Classic wide receiver with the size and physicality to play outside. Played 70% of college snaps out wide and only 30 in the slot. So we know what position he would be playing if he was to get drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. He's a physical player, able to get off press coverage to release up the sideline or position himself inside the cornerback on slants and crossing routes. Excellent hands catcher who creates an excellent catch radius. Impressive diving catcher and rarely suffers from concentration drops. He's also a catch and run threat, a creative runner who has good vision in open field, and he'll be an option to return kicks as well. Okay. Often used on deep routes, getting separation down the sideline or over the middle on the crossing routes by extending his arms rather than pure speed. And you know, that's something that you like. When somebody has a very wide catch radius, right? They got long arms, so you know they can catch it out here, catch it over there, whoop de whoop. You know, it's hard to cover them because even when you're there, you're not really there because they can extend and make the play. So you know, I like that. I like the way that sounds from him. So hey, everyone has issues. That is true. Everyone does has issues. Like when you look in here, you know, everybody has positives and negatives on their scouting report. Even guys, you know, that's been in the league, you know, you can do an upgraded scouting report on them, and they have areas of flaws. There's no such thing as a perfect player. Even Tom Brady had his issues, right? Wasn't very athletic, limited mobility. He didn't have great arm strength coming out of college. This, that, and the third. So, you know, everybody has their issues. So let's see. Often used, okay, runs disciplined, crisp routes and is able to avoid the jam at the line of scrimmage. He's a fluid athlete with good short area quickness. Okay. So then let's take a look at the negatives real quick. Not an elite athlete who is forced to create space with smarts and savvy rather than naked athleticism. Has decent but far from elite speed and doesn't display a second gear that allows him to take the top off of defense. Runs too upright at times and not always good in transitioning in and out of breaks. While he plays with physicality, overall his strength isn't elite. Physically, Hutchinson profiles as a guy who should have success facing the quarterback, but he struggles to gear down to make the necessary shortcuts to create separation underneath. Player comp is Michael Thomas. So, listen, for a third round pick, why not take a flyer on him? Decent overall, you know, report so far. Double R Henny, I thought you would do guard, so I just went and got 5 of them. Okay, bet. We'll talk about it. I said, hey, what's up with your action, pal? What's good with you, my boy? Speed is the missing piece for us. Who's on the top of that list? That's a very good question. I can actually tell you though. I forget the boy's name, but no, Trey Palmer will be on the list. I think it's a guy that Mike McCarthy is allegedly interested in. He's a wide receiver from Nebraska, ran a 4.3 at the combine. Then there's the boy from West Virginia. Like he had an outstanding combine. I'm trying to think of the boy's name. Bryce Ford Wheaton. He's a big guy, but he ran a 4.3 at the combine. So, you know, like there's a couple of very fast guys. Like hell, even the boy Matt Landers from Arkansas, 6'5", ran a 4.3, projected to be a very late round pick, like 5th or 6th round pick. There's some guys that got some speed in here. There's not a whole lot of elite level, you know, outside receivers this year. Like even the guys that had good combines, like Bryce Ford, he only had 675 yards last season, but you know he had a great combine. He was real fast, but you know, speed is not everything to me though. Like if you're a good enough route runner, like and get open, I still would draft you. In my opinion, football is the pinnacle of team sport. There's no perfect player, but a perfect cohesive unit operating perfectly when needed. Yeah, man. Like my cousin West Coast, he likes to use the analogy. He likes his wide receivers to be like a basketball team, right? On a basketball team, you got two guards, you got two forwards, you got a center. You got a guy that's a 3-point shooter. You got an assist man. You got a guy that's just there to score baskets. You got a guy that's just there to rebound and block shots. Dwayne Brown, what's up with you, man? I appreciate you tapping in with us over here at the liquor store. Hey, I know you're late pulling up, but remember, if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you get half off of everything in the liquor store. And if you slap a couple of them, we get you a free bottle. Yeah, you still have to win one-on-one. But this is the thing, though, right? There's all kinds of different ways to win, right? You can out-jump a guy and win the jump ball to win, right? We seen it with Dez Bryant. He didn't have 4.3 speed or anything, but he was hard to contain because of his ability to go up and get the ball, and he had a good catch radius. We know we've seen it to a lesser extent with Michael Gallup. Only ran a 4.5. It's like, I like Zach Kuntz, tight end, Henny. Check his combine numbers. I'm going to check him out. I actually seen one of y'all post about him. Just got bunted out for slapping one. Hey, man, we're going to put money on your books, and you got to go back for slapping the Eagles fan, man. You got to go back for slapping the Eagles fan. We're going to put money on your books, man. We're going to take a look at Zach Kuntz in a second, man. So we're chopping it up about these draft prospects. And remember, man, it's 8:33 on a Wednesday. Like, we just chopping it up about football, man. Ain't got to be nothing done in a precise order or anything. Like I said, we're gonna be covering wide receivers Saturday anyway. So let's look at the boy. His name was Zach Kuntz. Boy, I know he can fight. Your last name Kuntz, you have to be able to fight all your life. I know they were teasing this boy. Okay. Oh, so he had a good ass. So he ran a 4.55. Is that correct? Let me see. And they got him at 6'7", running a 4.5. Let me see. Yeah, he did. That's crazy. All right, so let's take a look at him. Coach Moore might be on to something. All right, he didn't really contribute in the passing game that much, but let's see. 6'7", runs a 4.55. Only had 12 catches and 144 yards last year, but he did end up with 2 receiving touchdowns. I know he got to be a late round pick with these kind of numbers. Yeah, see, he's projected 7th round pick. But guys like this is who you take flyers on in the 7th round. You definitely want to take flyers on guys with athletic ability in the later rounds. So look, Coach Moore, just based off the fact that he's 6'7" and ran a 4.5 and is only going to be like a 7th round pick is enough to get me interested in him. So let's take a look at his scouting report real quick. Said Double R, you're always a positive energy. I'm envious of you, bro. Thanks for your role in supporting this channel. Facts. Appreciate Double R for everything he do, man. Appreciate all y'all for everything y'all do, man. Like I said, y'all keep me going, man. I do this for y'all. So let's take a look at this. He's equally dangerous in catch and run situation as Kuntz is taking the top off a defense. Made Bruce Feldman's freak list, ranked number 11. He wrote a 6'8", 1'4", 251 pounds. Kuntz is an eye-opening blend of great size and athleticism. This offseason, he clocked a 4.57 40 to go with his 40-inch vertical. His explosiveness is also reflected in 365-pound clean. Has good hand-eye coordination and body control to turn and adjust to poorly thrown balls. Good quickness off the snap. Has good speed for the position to attack the seam. Shows bursts out of his breaks to gain separation. Among his better attributes, gains a quick, clean release and has enough speed to challenge deep. Teams that want a thumper and extra blocker on the line of scrimmage must look elsewhere. Damn, he can't block, but he can be billed as a supersized wideout with the hands, athleticism, and size to start in the NFL. He's a lean athlete with obvious upside, soft hands, flashes the ability to make the outstanding catch. When used downfield, he shows the ball tracking skills and hand-eye coordination to make the adjustment on underthrown balls and the back shoulder throws. So let's see. Kuntz lacks the twitch to create consistent separation, and despite his size and ability to track the ball downfield, Kuntz isn't great on contested catches. His playing speed is less than elite, won't run past defenders like he did at the college level, inconsistent with his release off the line of scrimmage. We'll work with it. Like I said, we already had a discussion about nobody being, a perfect player coming out of college. Everybody is going to have things they need to work on. So, we'll work with them. Like I said, we already have Jake Ferguson. We already have Peyton Hendershot. You already are betting on those guys. You let Dalton Schultz lead the building because you wanted to see them play more. So, drafting Kuntz, they will allow you to have a third tight end. He can come in and develop for a couple of years. You can use him in a goal line situation, for jump ball situations, things like that. So I'm cool with it. And besides, man, if we were willing to give Rico Gathers an opportunity to play, and he ain't played football since forever, we can give a guy that actually scored some touchdowns in college and played in college a fair shake. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hello? Hey, I'm actually live in the liquor store right now, man. So I'm gonna hit you right back. I'm live. Hey, everybody, welcome. Hey, say hi to my pops, man. He just called into the liquor store. All right, I'm gonna hit you right back, man. All right. All right. Said, Henny, did you see Israel? I'm gonna butcher this last name. Israel Amanaconda. Heard he went off the. Oh yeah, you talking about the running back? Yes, I heard he ran like a 4.3. I heard ran like a in between like a 4.2 and a 4.3. KJ Henry, Clemson defensive end. Mm-hmm. Now listen, I like athletes. I especially like athletes. If you can run in this offense, like you have a place here. I'm not really a huge guy on the NFL Combine because, it doesn't always translate. We've seen plenty of guys run fast 40 times and they're horrible wide receivers. But, in this style of offense, you already have a number one wide receiver. You already have a number two wide receiver in place. You believe you have a number three wide receiver in place with Michael Gallup. Like, I wouldn't mind adding more guys who are just pure speed threats. Because you got CeeDee Lamb to be your number one. You have Brandon Cooks to be the second wide receiver who is fast, but also a good route runner and can play in the slot from time to time. You got Michael Gallup for the jump balls now. Right? So, you got, like three different wide receivers that can do three different things, basically. So adding, pure speed guys this draft is not a bad idea. It's not. Because like I said, you're going to see the slants routes. You're going to see the over routes. You're going to see the jailbreak screens. You're going to see the throws to the running backs in the slants. You're going to see more screens to the running backs. Like, you're going to get this ball is coming out fast and hot, man. Said Cam Jones, linebacker from Indiana. Look him up, Henny. All right, see Burleson, I got you. I'm gonna do that for you, man. Oh yeah, he taught me real well, man. He's a real good dude. He's a real good man. All right, let's take a look. Cam Jones. Yeah, he had a 40-inch vertical. 40-inch vertical and a 10-8 broad jump. So like he's an athlete, man. It just gotta translate. And remember, bringing him in, he's supposed to be a late round pick. There's no rush to actually go out there and put him out there. Like you can pick and choose your spots to put him on the field. All right, let's take a look. Cam Jones, linebacker, Indiana. Matter of fact, I'm already in the little thing. Let me pull him up. Here you go, linebacker, Indiana, Cam Jones. Had a sack, had a forced fumble, 54 tackles, 24 solo, ran a 4.69, 6'1", 226 pounds. Let's take a look at him. He did not participate in the broad jump. He had a pretty decent shuttle time, pretty decent 3-cone. All right, 4.69. It's not a big deal. Let's take a look. He is a projected 6th round pick. We got him at the 22nd ranked linebacker in the draft. Let's see. Jones has ability as a blitzer with the length and flexibility to get around the edge. Handles misdirection well with quick change of direction ability. Comes downhill quickly against the run when Jones has an open lane. He's effective in pursuit when chasing down backs as a run defender, and he has the athleticism to cover a lot of ground when dropping into coverage. Good closing speed with long arms to drag down quarterbacks and running backs. Tougher between the tackles than many expect. Fluid and quick drop into zone. Covers enough ground to be a temper to Mike and knows where the markers are. Gets pressures on inside stunts and was too explosive for college guards to handle. And weaknesses. He'll need to be covered up to be effective. He's not the kind of guy you can line up in the pass rush and have him being the edge. He's limited to shooting through gaps. While Jones moves well laterally, he doesn't always get there in pursuit. Jones doesn't play with the functional strength and physicality to fight through blocks. He'll need to be covered up in order to maximize his playmaking. So pretty much they saying that he will specialize in cleanup duty. But, we'll see we'll see. Like I said, these scouting reports are not the end all be all. He a leader too. He ain't a great locker room leader. Bet. We never can have too many leaders. Never have too many positive influences in the locker room. Let's see. And listen, along we draft these guys where they are supposed to be drafted at, I don't mind who we bring in. Right? As long as we draft guys with first round talent in the first round, I'm good with that. As long as we draft guys, in the 6th round, that possibly could have went in the field for the 4th, I'm good with that. It just depends more about where you draft certain players a lot of the time than actually the player themselves, right? See, that's bad because I'm from Indy and don't know him. It be like that, man. It be like that. I'm from Arkansas. I don't know every single, and then we got a bunch of different colleges too. When you look at Pine Bluff, you look at, you're not gonna know everybody. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for just taking the time out of y'all day to come over here and chop it up with me at the liquor store, man. I appreciate the love, the support. I'm finna shut it down here in just a second, man. But on the way out, please hit the like button if you have not already done so. Hit the share button, subscribe if you have not already joined the channel. Also, man, I want to tell you how much I love and appreciate y'all for y'all support, man. We were able to get the Airbnb booked. It's official. We got it booked. We got the days we needed. So it is a wrap. We are going to go to the draft. Non-refundable too. So, you know damn well I'm going. So, It says something that can't be gauged but is equally important to an NFL prospect is his ability to adjust mentally to an unforgiving lead that doesn't care where or when you're drafted, X Brady or leave. That is true. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm finna go spend time with my wife right now. So you gotta show love to the wifey, man. You gotta show love to the wifey. So yeah, I just wanted to tell all of y'all how much I appreciate y'all for y'all donations. We were able to get the Airbnb book. So right now we're just working on the rental car. So again, thank y'all for everything. Appreciate you for the love and support. If you still want to send donations, because everything will still be used. We'll use it towards the rental car, gas, food, so on and so forth. Like, you still donate at $ Hennythemoor at Cash App. And tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a hater. It don't matter. Let them know about the channel. We're trying to get the subscribers up to 1,000, so we can keep growing, keep building. And like I said, the more that y'all support, the more that y'all watch, the more that you share, the more that you donate, the more that I will, do shows, the more I'll come on here and rock with y'all. So I appreciate y'all for the love, the support, everything that you've done for me up to this point, and I will get at y'all later on, man. Oh, before I leave though, I always tell y'all to drink and drive responsibly. But if you see an Eagles fan in the road, you have my permission to run their ass over. God bless.